Fortnite Chapter 3's most loved item was Spidey's Mythic Web Shooters, the perfect way to get around for an entire season, but in one day, gone forever. Or so we thought. Fans desperately begged Epic to bring them back, but they couldn't. Contractually, Epic Games isn't allowed to use Spider-Man's likeness, but who said anything about a new original version? And that's exactly what's happening 2 seasons later. A new version can be spotted in the trailer, and this is our introduction to the Grappler Glove. It'll work exactly the same way as the original web shooter, but with a few changes, like 30 uses instead of 80, and even an overheating mechanic. The original Mythic was found in Spidey backpacks at different POIs, so watch out for special toolboxes, because that's where you'll find them when they release sometime later this season. And speaking of toolboxes, in the background of Season 3, Epic Games is crafting up some insane weapons, and soon we'll get our hands on the Chainsaw Launcher. This thing looks like it'll be terrifying to go up against in zero builds, but I'm even more worried for walls and regular modes. I mean, think of the carnage! And we don't know how quickly we'll see the Chainsaw Launcher, but I cannot wait to try this thing out, and the same can be said for the Darth Vader Mythic. Okay, I don't think anyone was surprised when the worst kept secret in Fortnite history was spotted at the end of the trailer, walking through Greasy Grove with his signature lightsaber. Everyone was pretty sad when we landed in game and it was nowhere in sight, but it turns out this is actually an upcoming mythic weapon with a unique throwing ability. It was safe to assume the Vader boss would be on the map already, but for some reason he'll appear in a future update instead, probably in 2 weeks. And something that blew the pants off everyone this week was when we landed on the new map and found one of the darkest secrets of Chapter 3. Near Logjam is a skeleton belonging to COLLAB, and I mean, I joked about this in a thumbnail, but it's over. I'm done clickbaiting. Okay, maybe not, but even though this is horrifying, we actually have some good news. COLLAB is going to come back and we'll have some new changes. The updated COLLAB will drop a special version of meat and 15 different types of loot, but sadly, this skeleton isn't the last we'll see, because when COLLABs return, they'll no longer be immortal. But the best part is, if you don't shoot these adorable little guys, you'll be rewarded with a dance. I cannot wait to see them again. And it's not the only news getting everyone excited, because last year, Juice WRLD's manager mentioned that he was meeting with Epic Games to talk about a potential Fortnite concert. Well, fast forward to Season 3, and he has retweeted a post from Fortnite that says, "Almost time to start the party." Some people have pointed out that the upcoming Juice WRLD album is actually called The Party Never Ends, and it could be a coincidence, but I think not. Yesterday, a Juice WRLD fan account posted that a Fortnite collab might be around the corner, and Bibby actually replied to the post with a fire emoji, so it is looking very likely that we should expect a Juice concert in Chapter 3. And even if you're not convinced, it's still not as divisive as this season's loot pool. Half the community loved the new AR, shotgun, and sniper, but the other half aren't exactly impressed. Luckily, Season 3 will be adding a new SMG in just a couple weeks. It's called the Charge, and these are all the stats. The real question is, what will it replace? The Stinger or the Combat SMG? We'll have to wait and see, but the Combat, please. And it looks like it's not the only new item that'll shake up the Fortnite meta. Something that went completely unnoticed in the Season 3 trailer is a cameo from the Junk Rift. You can spot it for a few seconds, confirming its return. The only change is that it won't drop police cars anymore, for obvious reasons. Other than that, it's coming back just the way you remembered it. And if you think a new SMG sounds terrifying, Fortnite is also going to be releasing a brand new shotgun this season. Depending on how you feel about the 2-shot, you might be happy to hear about the Overload shotgun, and the damage sounds insane. This thing does 110 damage per shot minimum, so it'll probably be around for a week until all the pro players start crying. But something that has a lot of people confused is an upcoming patch that will add the Saddler item. Despite Season 3 giving us rideable wolves and boars, Epic still plans to bring this to the game. The description is simply aim, fire, and ride. My theory is that it'll be used to ride larger animals in the future, maybe even Colombo. And that's not the only thing we'll be in control of, because with Tilted Towers being rebuilt, you probably noticed some of the buildings are completely missing. These won't actually return because instead, the community will decide what goes here. A contest will soon be going live, letting you design your own tilted building in creative mode. You'll have to submit it by next week, and the winner will make it into the game afterwards, and I am so excited to see what people come up with, so let me know in the comments what you plan on building. An even bigger mystery is hiding in the Fortnite game files, and it involves 3 new consumables arriving this season. Yeah, we'll be getting bacon, honey, and then something called Jolly Rascal. It's gonna create smoke and even damage us, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on this. Something that sounds a little less deadly is an upcoming collaboration with Innersloth. After Fortnite got off to a rocky start with the developers of Among Us, they agreed to officially collab, and it's starting with their original game, Henry Stickmin. This was a hugely successful series before Among Us came along, and if fleeing the complex, you could pick an option called Distract, and if you choose it, Henry does this dance. This became a gigantic meme, so it makes sense it'll be released as an emote in Season 3. This is probably just the first of many upcoming crossovers with Innersloth, but you know, what happened to the Among Us skins? And if you're a regular creative mode builder or want to get started, you'll be happy to hear about one of the biggest updates in so long. Right now, if you try to make a game, you'll have to learn how to use channels and devices. It's pretty overwhelming. But soon, Season 3 will bring a huge overhaul to this system. This will make it 10 times easier to understand, so I guess I'm gonna have to make a T5G creative team after all. But for those of us who are more focused on Battle Royale, we are taking any hints we can for the future of Season 3. And thanks to files found by leakers, it turns out there's an upcoming skin coming later this season codenamed MYTHIC. It's gonna be an NPC on the map too, so that's a pretty good indicator there'll be an important character, maybe even the villain. But if you're wondering what kind of time frame we're looking at for some of these updates, Epic Games has planned 5 big patches for the rest of Season 3. The gaps between each update will be filled with challenges, new items per week, and here's hoping that we get another summer event. But if you found yourself exploring this season's Battle Pass and wondering what the secret bonus styles will look like, well, we've got our first glimpse of what's to come. We'll be able to equip an edit style for Eevee with a blue design, while Adira will get a futuristic face mask, and this looks so awesome. As for the other Battle Pass skins though, that remains a mystery for now. But what we're still waiting for is some important changes to the way that reboot vans work. While Season 3 has made the map feel super fresh again, sometimes the new biome was ruined by these random reboot vans taking up so much space. And well, luckily Epic is coming up with a solution that'll let us reboot our teammates from anywhere. And you gotta admit, Season 3 could be the perfect time to introduce this new mechanic. So while we wait for that, Epic is working on a new version of SIPHON, and it's confirmed to be arriving in just a couple weeks. If you consider yourself a pro at zero builds, you'll be really happy to hear that Fortnite will soon be adding Overshield SIPHON. Yes, it'll recharge our 50 Overshield immediately after getting an elimination. It's not out right now, but it should be released in an upcoming update, either in zero builds or its tournaments. For those of us who do like to play with builds, you might want to brace yourself. A new gun is on the horizon, and it sounds like a builder's worst nightmare. Season 3 is giving us a super powerful pistol that does 400 damage to builds. It is practically the hand cannon 2.0. And that's not the only OG feature coming back to Fortnite this season. Back in Chapter 1, we used to analyze every single loading screen each week to find the secret battle star. If you went to the location in the image, you would actually get a free tier on your battle pass, and people love this. And yet, once Chapter 2 released, the feature didn't last long. It's been years, so while we all miss the secret battle stars, it looks like they could actually make a return in Season 3. I just wonder if we'll get weekly loading screens too. I miss them so much. While this season has given us Darth Vader and even Indiana Jones, there's still one huge crossover missing: Family Guy. It's been leaked so much over the last few years, and the anticipation is like killing me at this point. I just want to know if we're gonna get Peter Griffin in Fortnite, and considering the Family Guy folder was right next to Jones and Vader, Season 3 might be our best chance yet. For a crossover confirmed to be happening within days, we are getting a brand new Spider-Man skin in Fortnite. The Marvel Zero War comic is imminent, and for those who actually buy it, you'll get a unique code with each issue, giving you free Fortnite cosmetics. One of the issues will include a code for Spider-Man Zero, and for those who don't buy the comics, it'll arrive in the item shop a few months from now. But there's an even more exclusive skin making its way into Season 3, and it'll release before the end of June. In the PlayStation blog post about Fortnite's new season, you can scroll all the way to the bottom to find a hidden announcement about the next PlayStation Plus skin. This will include a skin named the Blizzard Bomber, and according to PlayStation, she'll be out in the coming weeks. I gotta say, it's a little weird they're releasing a snow skin in the middle of summer, but hey, this is Fortnite, and I guess nothing ever truly makes sense. And that's every leaked Fortnite update that we know about. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been Tommy, and keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.